Murray Newlands with Search Engine Journal here in San Mateo at the new US offices of Search Metrics with Marcus Tober, who is founder and CTO. Marcus, tell us about the global expansion of your company.
Yeah, glad that you asked. It's first, it's good to be here in our new office in US in San Mateo. Yeah, global expansion is a pretty tough thing, because if you're a software company and you try to make everything out of one place, it's very complicated because the cultures in many countries are so different. So, compare Germany and US, it's a big gap in between. You can also, start in Europe, like compare the Germans and the Englishmen. So they're different cultures. So that's why we found out very early that it makes sense to have physical offices in different locations. So we have an office in London, we have an office in Paris, we have an office or multiple offices in Germany. So the headquarters in Berlin, there's a development and there's a big part of our marketing and client success management. But in the other offices, like in our San Mateo office here, we are building a strategic task force of salespeople, client success management, also part of marketing, to help companies locally because of the different cultures, because of the different needs. And as an entrepreneur, I always have to be part of this. That's why I spent a lot of my time now in US, especially here in San Mateo. And it's really exciting to see the growth in the US market. It's a very big market for us, a big opportunity, and I'm really happy to be here. Not because of just the weather is better in California. It's also because I'm really excited to work with all the clients together.
Now, where do you see the industry going? I was speaking to someone at the Marketo conference just the other day who was telling me that really they see the term SEO dying and being replaced by content marketing. Where do you see, and obviously Google last year came out with not provided for organic, now just announcing not provided for paid search. Where do you see the industry changing?
Yeah, I think the wish that the term SEO is dying and it's, that content marketing is the next big thing. That can only be someone, saying from Marketo, because Marketo is a marketing automation, especially when it comes to content. But you're right, SEO has gotten so important in companies because in the past, SEO was very tactical. It was about, put some keywords in the title, put some keywords in the content, build some links. It was very tactical.
Yes.
And now SEO has gotten more strategical in companies. So once Google rolled out the first Panda update, which was mainly based on user and quality signals, SEO has gotten more strategical in companies because when it comes to the overall quality, we have to care about our users. So because users buy products, search engines don't buy products, right? And if I optimize my content for only search engines, I could run into problems. And this is forced by more updates like Hummingbird when it comes to the meaning of content, or Google made updates like the ad-heavy update, where sites with too many ads on a page because they drove a bad user experience, they got penalized. So it means that SEO is now something that should influence the overall product development in companies. It should influence the development. It should influence also the marketing. So maybe the term SEO is going away, but SEO itself is more important than in the past.
And with mobile and real time, those experiences are increasingly driving businesses and business creation.
Absolutely. So look, all these new devices like, the Siri-like devices or the wearables like Google Glass and more, the smartwatches, I do a search on these devices, but I don't use a keyword anymore. It's kind of a new way to find information. So SEO, which means, search engine optimization, we could really say now search experience optimization, not search engine optimization anymore, is heavily growing. So mobile is growing so fast. Still, desktop is also still growing on a slower pace, but is still growing. And for us, it means, creating the best and the most relevant content means I will get more users and make more business in the future because of a growing number of searches that will be done.
And how do you find that across continents and across markets? Traveling around the world as you do, you must see differences between those markets, what the demands are, and where people are looking. How do you see that?
So I'm a German guy. I'm always I'm really engineer driven. That's why we're doing so many studies and digging deep into the data. And you're right, it is different. So if you say in the US, Google is Search 3.0 because they try a lot of new stuff here. Hummingbird, because it's their home language, English, is more developed in Google.com than in Google.de or in other countries. And if you say, okay, Google is Search 3.0 in Google.com in North America. In Germany, you can say maybe it's 2.5. In other European economies, like let's say the Netherlands, maybe it's 2.0. So Google is also looking on the size and the economical value for them. And then we also have, in the emerging markets, Google maybe is still, let's say, 1.5. So things like, weird link building and, the typical SEO factors that worked 5 years ago are still working in many countries. So
how did that must, as a software provider, that must create its own challenges, because things that are amazing for users in the US who need to be up to speed with, say, 3.0, if you're trying to sell that globally, selling that to someone who's still working with Google 2.0, they don't need that. I mean, you need to educate them that this is the future, but that's not what they need.
Yeah.
How do you cope with that?
Yeah, that's why we have these physical offices. That's why it's so important to have a physical presence in each market because of the different needs.
Right.
So it's not possible to say we have one office and we do everything out of one place because of the different markets. And the software itself is in every market the same, but the packages and the workflows are a little bit customized, and also the client success management is on each market is a little bit customized, and it have to because of the fast pace that Google has here in North America versus the pace that it has in some other countries. You always see that many things that were developed here are coming out also in other markets. So it's good for us to learn a lot of new stuff here and to roll it out in Europe pretty quick after Google rolled it out here.
Now, I know that you're a family man. How do you cope with that? I was speaking to the CEO of a company recently. He was telling me he had a young daughter who was 2 years old. And whenever the Skype sound came on the computer, she said "Daddy" because the Skype sound was the sound of Daddy. How do you cope with that?
Yeah, that's tough. So I'm married. I have 2 kids. They are in Berlin. At the moment, I'm traveling on average 3 weeks a month. So I'm not always home. But when I'm at home, I try to have a lot of quality time with my family, with my kids. And this is how I deal with it. But I can't complain, right? It's so exciting to build an international company.
Yes.
So, and my family, my wife, she, when we met the first time, it's like in the past. So I met her in 12, 13 years ago. So I was, always on travel, always doing a lot of stuff. So
she knew what she was marrying.
She knew it before, yeah, definitely.
Very interesting. Well, I'm very impressed with the growth. Welcome to San Francisco area. And if people want to find out more and follow your journey, how do they connect with you?
I suggest just use Twitter. So my Twitter handle is @MarkusTober, and you can also, shoot messages to @SearchMetrics. And I'm always, looking forward to feedback, and that's why you can just, shoot me the stuff via Twitter if you want.
Markus, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm Murray Newlands with Search Engine Journal. I'll see you next time.